Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm good. It's been a while, I know. With the holidays, I concentrated on doing some personal projects, painting stuff for Barry and Amanda and her boyfriend, and I did finish my bunny rug. I have it right here. So I want to show you that. I don't want to keep you in the dark about it. I think it turned out super cute. I think it turned out pretty well. Could it be improved on? Absolutely. But is it 100 times better than the first attempt? Absolutely. So I'm going to show you that. I'll show you the two little figurines that I painted for Amanda and Barry. I learned how to crochet, y'all. It has taken me decades. I have tried and tried and tried and tried. I'm not kidding you. My mother was an avid crocheter. She knew how to crochet. Like, she did little doilies, ornament, I mean, she could do it all. She had no patience though to teach anything. She was also a very, very good seamstress. I learned zero from her. She had no patience to teach. So I never learned, even though I tried. And so I even bought books because I taught myself how to knit with a book. And I thought, well, I could do the same with crochet. No, I could never get it. I could never really, I could do a chain and that was about it. But I got on TikTok like late November, I think, and just started watching. It came up on my FYP. And there it was, just crocheting, showing simply how to crochet. My thing was I never could understand where you put your stitch back in. Like in knitting, you know exactly where you're supposed to go. Crochet is a little bit harder for me because I do have a little bit of problem with depth perception and stuff, and I think that was part of the problem. But after watching some videos, really practicing, testing, I ended up doing it. I found a little crochet frog that a girl did a tutorial on YouTube, and I followed it and I made it for Amanda. I think she's taking it to work, so I can't show you it, but I think it came out super cute. It's a little wonky because, you know, I'm a beginner, but she loved it and I loved it. I thought it looked really cute. So I finally learned how to crochet. I'm right now crocheting granny squares for a bedspread. Let me go get them. That's one thing I forgot. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Well, that's the back side. Here's the front side. So I bought this yarn several years ago, and I was going to knit a bedspread for my bed, right? And I never could come up really with a pattern that I liked to do it. But I saw this easy, relatively easy, beginner-friendly granny squares to do. I have to do 400 of them though. I think I have 26 done. But it's, you know, it doesn't take that long to do them. At first it took about an hour to do one, and I think now I've cut it down to 45 minutes to do one. And I think if I really concentrate, because I kind of watch TV when I do it, and I think if I really concentrate, I could get it down to like maybe 30 minutes doing it. And then faster, you know, the more confident and practice I get. So I'm working on that. I'll just have to sew them together to make the bedspread. And so I was working on that. We started a new campaign in our D&D journey. Barry and I did. So I've been working on my world and the lore and just our campaign itself. So that has taken up some of my time as well. Let's see, what else have I been doing? That's about it. I've just been doing some personal things with Christmas around. You know, I did some baking and cooking and all that kind of stuff. So I've been busy doing all that. I did have a little bit of a health issue that I had to go to the doctor a few times, but I'm totally okay. Everything is fine. It's just something that, you know, had to do, so I did it. So we're looking okay there. So yeah, and I was really bummed. Well, I'm not even, no I wasn't. I was gonna say I was really bummed I didn't do my 12 days of Craftmas. I was at first, you know, because I've done it for 6 years, I think. I think I've done it for 6 years. And of course, this is the first year I've not done it. So I felt a little guilty about not doing it. But I was just in the middle of doing so many other things, and my health thing was going on. And, you know, I was just like, it's okay if I skip it this year. And I made it okay for that. So I probably will do it next year. Having a break off felt pretty good to do it. And I have not done any more tufting because it is cold here, and my studio is out in the garage that I tuft, and I have heaters, but again, I was just busy doing other stuff, and I quite have not figured out what next thing I want to do for my for the rugs. I kind of came up with a holiday themed one, like a gingerbread theme, and that was about a week and a half ago, and I was like, I cannot get this done in time. So I'll probably do that next year. So let me show you my rug. I really am proud of it. I think it turned out pretty well. Can you tell I'm a newbie? Absolutely, but I love it. I think it's so cute. I can't wait to put it out next year. The next rug I think I am gonna do will be something that I can keep out year round to put in front of the stove. So yeah, but we also, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but we got a new refrigerator. Nothing was wrong with the old one. It's just we ran out of space. With Amanda being here and with the way the housing things are going, I don't foresee her. She doesn't foresee herself leaving for quite a while. So we just needed a bigger refrigerator to just house everything. You know, there's 3 adults now in the house, and like if she buys stuff for her lunch or for her dinners, if she doesn't want what I'm cooking, you know, there was like no room really. So we got a bigger refrigerator. I'll show you it, and I'll tell you what I like and what I'm not too happy about. But we did keep the old one to give her when she does move out, because hopefully she will move out to a home, a house, where she will need a refrigerator, and she can just have the old one, because again, there's nothing wrong with it. We have it in the garage. We're using it for drinks right now, and for her stuff if she wants to put it out there for her to have more easy access. So we still have it. Let's see, there was something that just jumped in my head. Oh yes, Amanda. Speaking of Amanda, I don't know if you remember a few vlogs ago, she had her test to become a death investigator. Then she had her interview, and she did get the position. She is so excited. She starts January the 2nd, and she is just over the moon, and I'm over the moon for her. I'm very proud of her. She knew from a very early age that she wanted to be an investigator, either a crime scene investigator, a death investigator. She knew that that's what she wanted to be. Barry always watched NCIS, and she watched it with him, and her role model was Abby. Amanda's very gothy, just like Abby. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but Abby is very goth, but she's very good at her job, and so Amanda kind of, you know, gravitated toward that, and that was her inspiration on what she wanted to become, and she has done it, and I'm so very proud of her. I could not be more proud of her. So I'm excited for her. I hope it is everything that she's hoping it's going to be. She will be intaking the bodies, and she also will be helping with autopsies. That is something that I could not do, but she is always been interested in it. I remember her last year of homeschooling. We would go to the zoo for science, part of the science, and the very last year was nothing but dissection. Every month they dissected a different kind of animal, and she loved it. She was the only one who really participated in it and got into it and actually cut the animals, dissected the animals. So she has always, this has always been where she has wanted to go. So I'm very, very, very proud of her. I'm very proud of her. So with that, let me show you the rug. Let me show you the little figurines that I painted. I'm so proud of them. They're stinking cute. Oh, yes, and for the holidays, we all, me, Amanda, Barry, and her boyfriend, we painted little ornaments to go on the tree. And I will show you, I'll show you mine. I won't show you the others. That's their privacy. I don't want to show you theirs, but I will show you the one that I did. Okay, here is my little figurine that I painted. It's a little Santa Claus, as you can see, a ho-ho. I got these from Hobby Lobby last year. We were supposed to do this last year, but I forgot about them, so we did them this year. So I can't wait to do that. Everyone really enjoyed doing it. We did this instead of the gingerbread house that we normally would do, and everyone really enjoyed doing this more. So this will be probably an every year thing. So I think he turned out super cute. Now this is what I painted for Amanda. I saw it at Michael's, and at first I was doing it for me, and then she was like, I just love snowmen. And so I was like, okay, well, you're gonna get a snowman painted by me for Christmas. And her favorite color is pink and black. So I think he turned out super, super duper cute. And then again, I saw this at Michael's, and I knew I was gonna paint it black in honor of Bella Boo, our black cat that passed this past year. And she was Barry's cat. He got her from his work, and he really, really, really loved her. So I painted this and gave it to him as part of his gift. But yeah, this is Bella Boo with a little ball, like when she was a kitten. So we love it. Okay, now for my rug. Okay, here it is. I think it turned out super duper cute. Is there parts that I could have, you know, that I needed to do better? Yes, like, you know, you see a little bit of this orange came up to the body. Same thing, a little bit of this gray went into the pink of the ear. A little bit of the green got in with the, oops, you can't see. A little bit of the green got in with the gray here. But for my very first time rug, like serious rug, besides the wipe your paws, I think this turned out pretty cool. The carving came out really nice. I really like it. You can really see the details and what everything is supposed to be. And I'm going to be proud to put this out in front of my stove next fall. I'm really going to love it. I mean, I have some balding here because I didn't put in, sorry, the battery died. But yeah, it's a little bald, but that comes with experience. I just did not put enough yarn here. And I did get some good feedback from people online. I think I talked about that last vlog. So yeah, there's my bunny rug. I love it. I think it turned out pretty cute. So I'm proud of it. Proud of it. Okay, I wanted to show you this. It's kind of hard for you to see, I think. But this area had a big pot with all my utensils in it, a tree that had my spices in it, some of the spices, not very many, these three really, that I really used. And then this cabinet has all of my other herbs and spices in it, right? It was so hard to cook. My kitchen is not that big, and you know, I am an avid cook, chef, not a chef, cook. I'm an avid cook. I like to cook. But this was driving me crazy because I would never have enough room to really do anything. And my floor is, it looks like wood or whatever, but it's actually ceramic tile. So if anything glass fell, it would fall, make a mess. And we still, to this day, when things have fallen, have to pick up glass. So I was tired of it, and I was like, there's got to be a way to put something on the refrigerator. And I found these little shelves that have magnets on it that can go on the refrigerator, and it is working beautifully. These are the spices that I gravitate and use the most of, and that's why they're here. And my oils are up there. And then this little hook thing, and I hope y'all can see, it's kind of dark, but there's little hooks here that came with this. So I put my most used utensils that had a hole on there. And then this drawer used to have like my mandolin in it, and my grater, which the grater still goes in there, my masher. So, but all of this stuff here would go into that big pot. So now it's all here, easy access. I am loving this configuration. I did buy another little cabinet to put over here to have like a other little drink station, because my coffee station was overran. It had way too much stuff on it. So I kind of separated it out, where this is the tea coffee, and now this is like where you can make you know, drinks for your water. And of course you see my what are those called? Chopping blocks. Oh my god, what are they called? What are they called? Cutting boards. And so in here, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see, it's so dark, but I have the extra stuff for water, my coffee, my my mixers, and my little, you can't see, but they're all the big bowl. Now y'all can't see, but there's other little things in there. And then this drawer has the tea in it, because this was all in my pantry, and my pantry is so small. So I've got candy in this drawer, and then the bottom drawer has the miscellaneous like pastry cutter and etc. in it. So it's working out pretty well. I'm really happy with it. I have so much more room now, and that makes me very happy. Sorry, my battery died. So yes, I am really enjoying it. I think it's working out really well. I feel like I got a new kitchen. So it's really good. Now, here is the refrigerator. Let's see, I can't back out anymore. It is the double door for the refrigerator part, which does give us so much more room. The other refrigerator would have been so full, it would not have even been funny. So this has been working beautifully. I do love this part of it. It's nice and big and roomy. I still have my water and ice dispenser, which was a must. And then this is the freezer part. The freezer, like, it's pretty full right now. It's hard to kind of keep things, like I try to put just chicken here, but I needed a spot for the beef too, and you know, other frozen foods. But it's pretty organized for the most part. What I didn't like and don't like, I have this set on, it says 37 is the recommended, oh, it's just flashing, temperature. I had to put it down to 34 because it was not getting cold enough. Barry thought I was losing my mind. I literally was using a meat thermometer to try to see, because I could tell when I opened up the doors, it was not as cold as my old one. And I'm like, dudes, I do not want to get food poisoning for this thing not being cold enough. And I mean, I let it sit for a few days at 37 and it was just not working. And then I put it on 35 and it worked a little better. And so I had to go to 34, and that is the lowest setting you can put the refrigerator on. Now my old one had knobs up at the top inside the refrigerator. This one you can only do things here, and I don't really like that. Because, like, you know, but it is cold now. It's where I want it to be. It's staying at like 37 now. Some parts are 34, but like the upper parts, Like these shelves up here were literally staying at like 50. And I was like, or 47. They were not very cold. But this is just my protein shakes, which, you know, they don't really need to be refrigerated. Same thing, protein shakes, because these are out in, you know, on the floor at the grocery store. Same thing with my tortillas. So I wasn't too worried that things up here weren't cold enough, but like these were not cold enough either, down through here. So I was like, no. So 34 is the jam. So if you're gonna buy this refrigerator, remember that. The ice compartment and everything is right here in this door. Here it is. Here's the ice thing. Sometimes this ice gets jammed up and it's kind of a pain to undo it, but you know, you have to do that. It is louder, not the refrigerator part per se, but like when it's getting water for the ice, it sounds like this thing is a jet plane about to take off. The very first time it happened, it literally scared me because I had no idea what was going on. But you know, we're getting used to it. It's not as bad, but it's all because the water is having to go straight into the front of this door, right? So that's why it's so loud. What other thing? Yes, you see the water. If you were to, when you use the ice, it doesn't matter if it's crushed. Cube, not so much, but when you use crushed, and we love the crushed, that's why we wanted it, it leaves little flakes of water around. Here, I will demonstrate. All right, so I've got it on crush. That's another thing, you know, if you want water, it's all one thing because it's one dispenser, which is not too bad. It just we had to get used to that. But here's the crush. And you see how little flakes of ice is coming from around the glass? Sometimes it's way worse than that, and it just lands on there. I don't like that. I really am not a fan of that. Because then you have to, if you don't fix it, then you have water standing on your thing. So yeah, but for the most part, I really am happy with it. It just took us a while, especially the temperature was really starting to worry me. And the reason why I really paid attention to that was one of the reviews, was that they had this refrigerator and it wasn't cold enough, and they didn't know it, and everybody was starting to get sick until they took a thermometer, like a thermometer gun. And I have one of those because, you know, I had a lizard and we had to make sure her tank was good, the temperature was good. And that's when I was like, oh no, this is not cold enough. It is not staying cold enough. So, but now it is, so we're good. But you have to have it, or I don't know if it's everybody, but we have to have it on the very lowest that it can go. So, but other than that, it's pretty. I love the roominess though, and that's what we wanted it for, was we needed more room. So we now have that. It's my Christmas village for this year. And yeah, the cats are total butts and they get on it. All of these things I've painted. There's not anything on here, I mean houses wise. I've painted them all. Amanda painted this one when she was like 9, I think, and they've knocked it off and broke it. I'm so mad about that. But yeah, so next year I'm gonna build like a little shelf kind of thing to put it on, so that they can't jump up and keep knocking it around. And then her tail hits it, because, you know, she's a big galoot and she has no idea what she's doing. So, yeah. But I love my little village. Okay, so now I want to talk about what I want to do for 2025. I want to continue to read. I want to read at least 12 books this year. Last year I read 7, and I will go over them, what I felt about them. I'll put a little screenshot of the jacket or the title page, whatever you want to call it. So I got my cheat sheet here. I read Olivia Strauss something or another. It'll be up here. That I give it a 4 out of 5. It was like a psychological drama type thing. It was okay. I think it took me a while to read it because I had to keep like kind of getting into it. There is A Friend in the Dark. That was a thriller. I liked it a lot. It was pretty good. I give that a 5 out of 5. The Agatha Christie Christmas something. Of course, I loved it. Any mystery novel, I am there. Love it. Any Agatha Christie, there. 5 out of 5. And it was a quick little read. It was more of a novella, I think, than a novel. And Lord of the Rings, I did read the very first Fellowship. I just wanted to, because we had watched all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies, and I kind of wanted to compare the book to the movie because I'd never read the books. I've read The Hobbit and loved The Hobbit. But I've never read The Lord of the Rings, so I wanted to do that. So I started reading the trilogy and only read the first book this year. But 5 out of 5. It was good. Better than the movie, in my opinion. Just because I like books better anyway. The Last Time I Saw You was like a psychological thriller drama type book. I liked it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 as well. I read it pretty quickly. My favorite book of all time, I read it at least every 5 years, if not sooner, is Diary of a Mad Housewife. I am obsessed with this book. 5 out of 5, of course. I think I read it the very first time when I was in my early 20s. And like I said, I read it all the time. I read it every 5 years or so. I just love this book. So I read it again. Still 5 out of 5. I love this book. And every time I read it, you know, of course, I'm older. I'm in my marriage a lot longer. Because like when I first read it, I think I had only been married a couple of years. So of course now I've been married, what, 36 years, 37? I don't even know. I can't keep tabs of it. 37. I've been married 37 years. So of course it's just a little bit different every time I read it. But I love that book. 5 out of 5. And then Divorce Towers was okay. It was a little campy. You know, there was some cringy parts in it. I give it a 4 out of 5, but it was okay. I finished it at least. I didn't want to not finish it. So I read 7 books. So this year I am striving for 12, if not more. I do get a free book every month because I'm a Prime member. So I've been trying to get caught up because I have so many of those books. So hopefully I'll get those caught up and then read more books that I will purchase myself that I want to read. So that is one thing I want to do. I want to read more. I just need to not make an excuse to not read, really. When I go to bed, I shouldn't get on TikTok like I do and just read for an hour or two instead of being on TikTok for an hour or two. You know what I mean? And that's my goal. That's what I'm going to start doing. I also do want to limit my scrolling. TikTok is supposed to be banned. I don't know if it really is going to get banned or not. But, you know, I want to try to stay off of it. I want to try to just do the maximum for a whole day, maybe an hour. And then that's it. No before going to bed at all, which I got to work on that. So limit my scrolling time. I think everybody has that on their list. So I want to do that. And I also have got a new journal to help with fitness and what you eat. So I want to religiously do that every day. When I lost a whole bunch of weight a few years ago, about 6-7 years ago, that's what I was doing. I was religiously documenting and working out. So I want to get back to doing that to be healthy. So I'm going to do that. And along with that, now going into what I want to do on my Etsy store and what I want to do for this channel. I do want to make some planner stickers to go along with that journal that I bought, just mainly for me, but I will put them on my Etsy store. I actually had 2 orders this past week. I could not believe it. One order I could not fulfill though because I did not have, they ordered 3 of my planner stickers from last year. I had but 2. And I had no more sticker paper to print anymore, and I'm not planning on buying any because it is very expensive. So I had to refund her money, but she was so sweet. She was like, oh, keep the money for Christmas and da-da-da. And I was like, well, that's so sweet, but you know, one, I would not feel comfortable doing that, and two, Etsy wouldn't let me do that anyway. They automatically refund the money. So I had to refund that, which was kind of a bummer. I was more sad that I couldn't fulfill her order and disappoint her about her not getting what she wanted. But she was very nice about it, so I was very grateful for that. And then a couple of days later, I get another order for some washi tape and some more stickers. So I'm like, yay. So I'm hoping that if I can get more revenue, I will buy more of the sticker paper that I normally use and start making stickers again. But that's like kind of on the back burner. So I am planning on making the planner stickers, making more rugs, but maybe not for my Etsy store, maybe for them. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. I have to get way better at my rug making, but right now I just wanted tuft, which I will bring you along with that, my other rugs that I want to make. I just haven't decided what I want to do. I did have an idea for a holiday rug that had little gingerbread men on it, but I thought about it like, I don't know, a week and a half ago, and I was like, I will not be able to finish that before the holidays, so I'll probably do that next year. So I really haven't decided what rug I want to do next, so I'm kind of like in limbo land with that. I'm definitely doing more clay, more sculpting. I really loved doing that, and now that I've got more of the hang of it, I'm definitely doing more of that, bringing you along with that. I can't do that right now because it's out in the garage and it's a little cold to be working with the air clay. So I want to kind of just wait until it gets spring a little bit warmer to do that. So, but I will definitely bring you along for that. Now, I also want to paint. I want to do some art journaling. I want to get back into doing the Pull from the Jar series. I love that series. I know I don't get a lot of views when I do it, but I just love it because it helps me to use up supplies that I've not been using, helps my creativity. So I really want to start doing that again. I want to start doing art journaling again, just painting with oils, with pastels, doing mixed media stuff. I want to use up my sketchbooks that I have. So I want to do something every day as far as painting goes. But my issue is I'm in my bedroom. This is where I'm at. I do have a light now hanging above, so the lighting issue is fixed. However, I don't know what it is. I just, being in here, trying to create, I just don't like it. I did paint my sculptures that I did for Amanda and Barry and Amanda's boyfriend in here, but it just does not feel right. And I don't know if anybody will understand that, but it doesn't feel right to do all of that in here. I don't like it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to figure out another place to put my painting stuff. I mean, it was working fine in the garage a little bit. I did notice that some of my paint that I use to paint sculptures and paint my folk art, I mean, a lot of them, they're not ruined, but just the difference in the temperature out in the garage, you know, they're not the best quality that they were. Let's just put it that way. But I mean, they're still working, but I really don't want to put my paint out in the garage because of the difference in the temperatures. You know, it's cold now, then it gets hot, and it's just always fluctuating, and I know it's not good for my paints. I mean, my watercolors are in here, but my good acrylics, my professional acrylics, and my oils are out in the garage. Oils I'm not too worried about. The acrylic I am. I haven't even touched them to know if they're still okay or not. Luckily, I don't have too much of that. Not like my watercolors. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Me and Barry are going to have to just brainstorm on how I can make it feel separate from the bedroom. It just feels so weird to me to try to paint in here. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I'm just not crazy about it. So we'll figure that out. And another issue is if I do want to show y'all what I'm doing, I don't have a camera in here. And I don't plan on putting my camera back in here, or not back in here, but in here on the wall. It's now in the garage where it is, because you have to put holes in the wall and all that kind of stuff to mount my mount that the camera goes on to have the downward view. And I don't want to do that in here. You know, it was bad enough that I put the light in here. Let me show you the light. It's just an ugly, look, ugly, ugly, ugly light. I hate it. I hate it. But Amanda had a good idea. But Amanda had an idea of putting like fake flowers on it or something just to zhuzh it up. But I really don't want to do that either. It's just, that's just dust collector. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I really don't like it. I kind of hate it. I just hate this whole situation really. But there's nowhere else to put it because I only have 2 other bedrooms. One of them is Amanda's. The other is the gaming room where Amanda, my computer is at, and Barry's gaming consoles and TV are at. So before we had our computers in the living room, along with the PlayStation and all of that, and then that front bedroom was my studio for everything, and then Amanda had her bedroom. But when Amanda moved out, Barry and I took the front bedroom and was like, we're gonna make this our little gaming room. That way the living room, you know, is better. And then Amanda's bedroom was my studio. And then when Amanda moved back, I had to take that out. So, and put it out in the garage. And it just doesn't work for my painting stuff. For everything else, for like the tufting and clay making and all that is perfect. But for my painting and, you know, mixed media stuff, it is not conducive to be out in the garage. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, if y'all got any suggestions, I would appreciate it. Thought about doing a she shed, but I have no electricity, and I would need electricity. And again, it would be the same thing about the temperature, climate, you know. If I was a millionaire, I would get a little studio, like away from the house a little bit. Just rent out a little space. Little warehouse space, put my studio in there, right? That's my dream, actually, of renting a little studio space so I could put all of my stuff, my woodworking stuff, tufting, everything, and that way I would be forced to leave the house every day to go do stuff. Yeah, so that's my dream, but probably will never come true. Anyway, so enough blabbing. That is my plans for this year. What are your plans? What do you want to see on my channel? You know, let me know down below. Things that I've done that I've like kind of stopped doing that you would like to see again. Things that I do that you are like, meh. So, but I am going to continue to vlog because I love vlogging. I love connecting with y'all in this way. This makes me happy. Plus, it's a good documentation for me because there's been lots of times I go back to watch my vlog to go, oh yeah, that's what was happening or whatever. So, I'm still going to vlog, but I do want to make other videos. And I will, you know, be on YouTube. I love YouTube. I love that I'm able to do longer content on YouTube. TikTok is just so fast and just so... You know, I don't know. I can do 10-minute videos on TikTok, but I don't know. Plus, TikTok's supposed to be going away. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But, so, I just like YouTube. Y'all are my, you know, y'all are my loves. So, anyway, that is that. I hope y'all had a very, very happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate, I hope it was fantastic. And I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful New Year's Eve and has a very prosperous New Year's. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. All right. Y'all be good to one another. Bye.